Coming off the heels of New York Comic Con, my name's Off the Cuff Tom. Welcome back to the Sanctum of Awesome, and we're talking about new comic books today, right here on Nerd Initiative. Better yet, we are talking not only just brand new comic books on Comic Book Days, we're talking about an issue one. That's right, right here, I've got Sectaurs, Warriors of Symbiont from Oni Press and our friends over at the Nacelle Company. Now, what Oni and Nacelle have been doing have been taking some great older franchises and breathing a whole new life to them, all in their own single universe. We've already had the RoboForce. We've had Biker Mice from Mars, written by our friend over there, Miss Melissa Flores, who did an amazing job with that. But now we got another book, a whole new story, straight out of the 80s, written by Dennis Culver. Ramon Box is the artist. Manoli Martinez is the colorist. And the letterer is Taylor Esposito from Ghost Glyph Studios. Now, Sectars might be a little bit of an older series. You might not know of it. You might have only heard of it. You might have seen your older brothers or sisters, toys, bugs included, around the house. So what is Sectar? Sectar starts off with a planet that had a big, huge science issue, concern, pretty much changed the whole life of the planet about a millennia ago. So now we have the Shining Dimension and the Dark Dynasty. And this is a prequel story, plain and simple. Um, it's a really great story. You can't go wrong with it. They're reintroducing the characters. Um, it's a nice way to dive into the story, especially with an issue one. It's the Dark Domain versus the Shining Realm. King Markor, the Shining Realm, has now been in a coma, and now his son, Prince Dargon, has to take up the mantle. He still has his things to do as a young prince. Feels very much like some, other stories that we've heard in the past. But this time he has to connect to his insectoid uh, to be able to fly and to. These are all the things, the rights that a royal has to do. I really do love this book. I think it is a fun interpretation on an older franchise that is absolutely worth looking into. It is, it's one of those if you know it, you know it franchises. At the same time, what it's not doing, it is not playing down to us. We jump right in. This is not a rehash of the first episode. This is a whole new storyline. And that's how it's going to reign supreme. I highly recommend that everybody else goes out and gets this book. Make sure that you're also picking up everything else out from the Nacelle Company. It's just such a fun way to play in the toy box, not just, going back in and literally playing with the toys, but to get these new, fresh stories. Now, because it is an issue one, I'm going to give it my standard 8.5 out of 10. And that's only because I don't want to set the bar too high and I don't want to set the bar too low. But I will say this is a solid 8.5 out of 10. Ends on a great cliffhanger. So I highly recommend that you go out and go pick up from Oni Press, Sectaurs, Warriors of Symbiont. And thank you again to everybody here. Make sure to come back here to Nerd Initiative. Make sure you go pick up your Oni Press. Say thanks also to the Cell Company. And we'll catch you in the next one.